Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of But It's Free. I'm by myself today, my name's Chris Kenner, and today we are looking at Starcraft. This is a game from my childhood. This was my first foray into PC games. I've already set up my profile, let's get into this. If you've been living under a rock for the past, I would have been like 8 when I first played this game. So, 20 years, if you've been living under a rock for 20 years, then StarCraft is an RTS game, so sort of controlling units on a battlefield, building bases, and trying to command said units to beat the snot out of your opponent. And it's one of the first games by Blizzard, not the first, but it's one of the earliest ones in their current sort of, these are our games that we're famous for catalogue. Let's just pick a map and get into the game. More recently, Blizzard came out with Starcraft 2. I'm trying to find a map that I recognise. It's been so long since I've played this. If I recall, melee means that everyone attacks me, which is going to be fine. I hope you're not going to hate me for this, but I am going to put some cheats on, because this game is hard as anything I have ever played, and if I don't put them on, I'm not going to be able to concentrate on talking at all. So let's have a Zerg enemy, a Terran enemy, and a Protoss enemy. I am going to be playing as the Protoss myself, because they are perhaps the most exotic looking faction. So, let's get into the game, and then I'll talk more about it. Okay, so you start off, as in many games, with your core base building and your little drones. Jesus, I'm struggling just to remember the controls. Oh, it's been so long. I probably haven't played this game in 5 years. I don't think I've played this game since I've met Karma. Yes, definitely not since I've met her. Which was 4.5 years ago now. So yeah, 5 years is a good measure of that. Let's wait till this gets up. Build my simulator so I can start reaping some Vespene gas. You know, so I have 2 resources: crystals and Vespene gas. And sort of building physical things requires more crystals. Doing research requires more Vespene gas. I don't know, maybe it's hallucinogenic and it gives them ideas. I just remembered to actually enable my cheat, because I really don't want this to be a short video about, oh look, I've just got some base builders, and then I get obliterated by everyone. Right, let's go and explore the edges of this. And this is why I picked this level, because this level is set on a space platform. And if that isn't cool... Right, so I've got a bridge up here that accesses my little platform. There's the edge of the map. I'm actually gonna... Where is it? It's F10, isn't it? I'm gonna turn down that guy's sound. I think the music's quiet enough that it's not a problem. But the little drone, he's quite talkative. Okay, so I've now explored the limits of the little platform that I'm on, and I'm going to now build my pylon. Now, your pylons, as the Protoss, will increase how many units you can build, and it also provides this little energy field that you can build in to power your buildings. The Protoss are just limited in this way. It's one of the aspects of this particular race. You can also play as the Terran, who, those of you who know, I think, Latin that's from, will know are just going to be the humans. Like, loads of sci-fi things have used that. And they're very much sort of space marines, and tanks, and battle cruisers, and all sorts of weird and wonderful things. Let's warp in a gateway so I can build some units. And then you have the Zerg. And the Zerg are perhaps the most famous thing from this game. The Zerg are analogous to the Tyranids from Warhammer 40k, if you've played that. They're basically these insectoid creatures that are almost completely biological and really gross looking. They're very cool, but just gross. One of the cool things about the Protoss is they can actually set a building to build, like so, and then the drone can just wander off and carry on. Be like, no, I've got my own things to do. Don't need you. Build one there and build another. Not enough minerals. Oh, it's a nostalgia trip. There. Now I've got enough minerals. How's this building getting along? Oh, nearly there. Whee! Bear in mind that this was around in like 1998. Probably earlier than that. That's just the earliest I remember it. Right, so I've got my gateway now. I'm going to build a couple of... I don't have enough minerals for that, apparently. Going to try and build a couple of zealots. But these cost like 100 minerals. The basic troops for the Protoss cost 100 minerals. Whereas for every other race, they're like... I think it's 50 for the Terran, sort of little space marine. And... for 50 you get 2 of the Zerglings from the Zerg. Hopefully I'm going to be able to fly over some of their bases that they're building away in this fog of war to show you what they look like. Because if you haven't experienced this game in your lifetime, then you should. And I would be privileged to be the person to show you that. So I've got my little Zealot. He's basically just got 2 little arm blades. He's very stabby. But the cool thing about Protoss is that they have their health pool, and they also have a shield as well, which will regenerate quite quickly over time. So if you can avoid them taking too much damage in one big go, you can keep them alive quite a long time. But the individual units are expensive and can be fragile if played poorly. So these are very much like the, going back to the Warhammer 40k analysis, these are like the Eldar. And I play the Eldar in 40k as well, and I am sorry to say that I am not a skilled 40k player. But enough about that game. We are talking about this game. What can I build now? Oh, I can build a photon core. I've forgotten the names for things even. These are basically little turrets. They look quite cool. They telescope up when they shoot. Hopefully I'm going to get a chance to show that off. Of course I don't have enough minerals, because I never have enough minerals. And I can't remember the cheat to get more. Come on. Okay, I will build some more builders in a bit. Oh, I'm being attacked by a whole herd of zealots. How did they even get that many in such a short time? Okay, and this is why I put the cheats on, because the enemies are far, far better at playing this game than I am. And it can very quickly end in my death. I'm just going to carry on building my little drones in amongst this carnage. Oh god, there's more of them. Oh, these get frustrating very quickly. Those little guys are healers. These are the Terran that are attacking me now. And the healers will heal the attackers, and if your units are just auto-attacking, they'll probably attack the regular units while the healers are just healing them constantly. Does not go well for me. What are you doing over there? Come back. Get it. Where are the Zerg, I dread to think. Oh, as if right on cue. Okay, let's build some more photon cannons, because this is getting excessive. Build one up there. And build me another one down here, because I'm not going to be able to kill these fast enough to be able to fend them off. Where's my little... Oh, my little drone's stuck. Why are both my zealots up there? Go down there. You can see how rubbish the Zerglings are. They die very quickly, but as I stated, you get loads of them. Okay, so he's built that. Let's get another pylon, because I'm going to need more space. Pylons. Oh, hooray! More zealots. How they do this, I don't know. I have no idea how you build units that fast. You know, this game is so popular that it is actually considered a sport in Korea. I mean, you know that you've made it a success as a video game when you are considered a sport of a nation. People make jokes about it. Right, so once I built my cybernetics core, I can do more stuff. Because at the moment I can only build my little zealots. And they're cool, but they're not the be-all and end-all. Where's my other one? There. Get back to defending the line, you. Oh, they've upgraded. These are Hydralisks. These are the sort of ranged enemies. Grisly, aren't they? Let's see if I click one, you can see its portrait. You're doing well. I shall call you Lord Stabbington. Lord Stabbington, go! It seems the Zerg are attacking from multiple vectors. Let's get a robotics facility. And a Stargate. Right, I can now build an upgraded unit called a Dragoon. And basically when a Protoss is nearly murderized in battle, they stick him in a little robot walker so he can still fight. If I recall, the Protoss are all like innately psychic. Like, look at this guy, he doesn't... Like, there's the semblance of a mouth there, but he doesn't really have one. If you actually click on the units, it doesn't work so well with the Protoss because they don't speak much English. If you click on the units, they get progressively more annoyed that you keep clicking on them. Oh, my Dragoon is ready. There he is. So that you can see he's sort of like in that suspension fluid. And this guy's actually got a ranged attack. The Terran are weird. They don't actually have a melee attack of any sort, whereas amongst the others, they are more and more common. The Zerg having pretty much only ranged melee attacks, apart from like a small couple of ranged ones. I'm trying to remember all the buildings and what they do. Robotics facility is quite cool. I can have shuttles here, which are exactly what they sound like, and reavers, which are weird because they're basically big artillery pieces that you have to build their artillery separately. And an observer, again, exactly as it sounds. What's that? Oh, they've got, what are they called? Fire bats. Yes. The fire bats are cool. They're basically little guys with flamethrowers. Oh, and they have a siege tank. Okay. This is starting to get a little out of hand. Oh. Okay, yeah, I'm going to warp in a scout because that's got some air combat capabilities, and that guy. Because that's another Corsair that can do air combat. Because that is probably full of units, and it's probably going to deposit them right there. Let's see if I can build... No, I can't build anything else. What you just saw there was a lurker. Basically, you can turn Hydralisks, those little ranged enemies, into them. Like, you can pay a fee to evolve them. And they burrow underground, becoming invisible, and then attack with rows of spines. Oh god, what else now? More Hydralisks! And more Hydralisks. How are you supposed to deal with this? Get my Templar archive so I can get Templars in my gateway. There's a lurker. Look at it go. You think you can hide? Sorry. Something here. That's a detector. It can detect hidden units. Look at Lord Stabbington. Look at him go. Just unfazed. Come back. Come back where it's safe. Oh, my scout's ready. Where's that little overseer thing? Overlord. The thing that we saw flying around. I genuinely don't know where that thing's gone. Oh, I can explore a bit more. That Corsair's fast. Oh, here's the enemy Protoss base. How much stuff have they got? They've got quite a few more drones than me. Lots of gateways, oh my goodness. That is a big base. Kill that! I just specifically hate those things for a story quest related reason. Look at the little missiles that guy shoots. Whee! Aha! We have found something. This is the edge of the Zerg base, and that you can see the sorts of stuff they've got in here. This purple stuff expands outwards from their buildings. It's gross. And they have to build on it. You can see more Zerglings going forth there. Can you see... Let's wait for that. You see these little caterpillars around their base? those are larvae. All of those turn into the rest of their units. They mutate. They are grisly looking things. But you can see a building mutating there. I bet you that's going to mutate into another one of these. That they attack ground units. They have ground attack turrets and air attack turrets. Yep, there we go. You can see an egg just formed there. That, it will eventually hatch, probably into zerglings, because they seem to be liking using zerglings at the moment. Oh no, it's a hydralisk, and it's shooting at me. Away I go. Let's get down here. In the meantime, what's happening in my base? You get back! Right, you specifically hold position. You, Lord Stabbington, you get free reign because you're cool. Oh goodness, there's another Zerg base over here. Ha! I found the Terran base. So these are very more sort of technologically based. Also, they can actually just build anywhere. It's one of the nice things about them. And some of their buildings will take off and fly. If that isn't cool, I don't know what is. But you can see a lot of their buildings have these little add-ons on the side, and those are literally that. They allow them to research extra technology and do other cool stuff. For example, the siege tanks, which hopefully you are going to see one of. They like can transform. It's really cool. Is there a siege tank on its way? No. Oh, they've got these vultures. Basically, sort of heavy metal biker dudes. They're pretty cool. Ah, dead dragoon. Go, Lord Stabbington. Show them no mercy. Let's walk in a carrier. Right, I have gotten a reaver. Let's build some scarabs. These are like... they're difficult to describe. They're like little grubs. But lethal and scary. I have something somewhere giving me more capacity to have artillery. But let's move north here. In fact, let's move down here, because I'm sure I'm going to get attacked from this end. And while I do, let me select these two guys. These are Templars. They're basically the super psychic people. If you select them in pairs, they will do this. And they will merge into a thing called an Archon. There, watch it. Ah, it's gone. Build another scarab. Oh no, they're up there. Come on. And an Archon is born, and they are crazy freaking powerful. Move them over there. Then I've got like the Dark Templars, which form like a red version of those. Dark Templars are, though, by far my favourite units, because they are invisible and they do a huge amount of damage with those little blades. They're basically like super versions of Prince Stabbington over here, Lord Stabbington over here. They just cut things to pieces. It's silly, but these are even better. I love so much about the Protoss. They're just... oh, there's a siege tank for you. They're just fun to play with. Also, notice how all the enemies are ignoring me, each other. They're just all intent on killing me. Yeah, I've got these two guys, and they can meld into a Dark Archon, which is going to be cool. Unfortunately, Dark Archons cannot attack, but they can do a few sort of cool little abilities. They're just not as just raw useful as stabbing things in the face. It's been worryingly quiet for a little while. Are they amassing for a bigger attack? Send my little Reaver out. You can watch his enormous nukes. Pretty cool thing, the Terran can actually launch nuclear warheads. That's one of their abilities. Use a little stealth unit to do it. Move you along there. Just built something cool. This is an Arbiter. Arbiters stealth every unit around them. It's just really weirdly broken. Because like everything that's like these three carriers, which are very powerful, can now not be seen unless there's a detector. And it's a very simple thing to just destroy all the local detectors so that you can remain stealthed. Look, this guy's killed 5 people already. I'm getting close to the Terran base. I haven't been attacked in a little while. Oh, wait. Look, I'm being chased. Let's explode that guy. Kaboom! Takes him a while. Watch the amount of damage that does, though. Like the splash damage as well. These guys are pretty powerful. I'm going to just bring him back, though, because he's so slow, bless him. These guys are going to do the meat of the work. So, these carriers don't actually have any weapons. What they do have are interceptors, which I'm about to demonstrate. They basically summon a little swarm to absolutely mob their opponents. It's very satisfying to watch enemies just evaporate under it. See? These guys are just sat in each other's base, being like, hey, nice to see you. You see why I get obliterated if I actually tried this without cheats on. But look, I can just plop these in the middle of the enemy base and watch them just pick things off. These are slowly picking off the builders, the SCVs in the Terran base now. So much that is arrayed against me that I could never hope to win this normally. This game is noted for being difficult, and the skill of a player in Korea, where I have mentioned it's a sport, is measured in the number of actions per minute a player can take, and I think that some of them cap out at something like 180, which is about 3 actions every second. There's even a function in the game to record and give you a little timer saying how many actions per minute you're taking. If that's not... that seems excessive to me, but maybe it's just because I don't play at that level, and perhaps I could never hope to. Right, I've got these 4 little Dark Templars now. Let's run into the enemy Protoss base with those, because they are going to cause a lot of damage. These are still going. It's actually taking them a long time to take all this out. Let's see about these guys. Quick, get that. Watch that just sort of disintegrate under their blades. Take such huge chunks out. During the campaign mode, you get a hero one of these. And I'm not joking, but these guys hit for 40 damage as standard, plus another 9 because I've got upgrades. Tassadar, who is this hero, hits for 100 each time. And he's got a lot more health than these guys, because these are quite flimsy, because they're not meant to be spotted. But you can just see them, they just flay the enemies. Speaking of the campaign though, the campaign in this game is truly, truly epic. The main focus of it is a brilliant story. It's got lots of fun characters that you will care about. It's got betrayal, it's got people that you love to hate. What's his name? Arcturus Mengsk. Probably the man who engineered the entire Zerg threat. But let's just maraud through this base. Not much of the Terran left now. Let's actually focus those a bit. Huh, I have run out of minerals. Terran are almost gone. Again, let's refocus these guys. This is the sad thing about this, that on this mode it takes some of the fun out of it because there's no challenge to it. I do thoroughly recommend that you play this game with friends. If you get a Blizzard Battle.net account, you can download this game for free. And I think I saw that Starcraft 2 is also now free. But I do encourage you to try it with some friends. There's a little bit of learning involved with what the various units do, because they do have quite a bit of depth. But if nothing else, the story campaign is worth playing through, and they have some epic cinematics and a wonderful storyline with some brilliant characters, as I've said. And it is worth every moment. Look at the Zerg base now. Look at these, well, they're mutalisks. They're like the flying attackers. Ugh, it's a grim place. Don't get me wrong, I like the Zerg, but they just look like really cringe-inducing. Whichever the artist was who did this, he earned whatever he was being paid. Let's just cause those to sit there. Where are my Dark Templar are all over the place. The Terran are almost wiped out. Let's just get rid of the last few dregs and beat this enemy. How are my Dark Templars doing? They're getting attacked probably by some invisible Dark Templars themselves. Yes, flee! Flee before me! So, that's them gone. Let's have a look at these guys. Yeah, these would take a short eternity to get rid of the Zerg. Let's go somewhere quiet. But that was Starcraft. Like I said, I encourage you to go get it. It's fun to play with friends, worth playing through the storyline, worth learning about this little piece of Blizzard's history, and one of the games that really made it the giant it is today. But thank you guys for watching. If you could give this video a like, that would really help us on this channel. And if you could subscribe to Nerds Fail Me, we do release new videos every Thursday and every Sunday. I'm recording this video very late on a Wednesday night to be able to get it ready for the Thursday upload. And hopefully, we will see you next time. Bye.